So, today I'm going to talk to you about how you can start to maximize your day and make sure that the things that you're doing are not wasting your time and the things that you're doing are actually moving you towards your goal more so that when you look back, you can say, yeah, I pretty much maximized my days and now I'm this much closer to my goal. Or you can look back when you actually accomplish your goal and attribute it to maximizing your day. So that's what I hope to help out with. And before we begin, I actually just started a new free school community. And it's just a community that you can go to, and I'll have live calls. And right now, they're going to be daily live calls. So it'd be cool. We can actually meet over the live calls, and it's just going to be a place where we can network a little bit more with like-minded people, and you can learn a little bit more about maximizing your time and channeling your time into more purposeful things. So check out that link in the description for that. But I remember when I sort of took on the mindset of maximizing my day, and I would say at this time, when I took on this mindset, that's when I started to become an entrepreneur. When I started to view every single thing that I did and had a better awareness of my time. So I started to ask myself the question of any new opportunity that came, like if someone asked me to hang out, or if someone, like a dinner comes up, or just really any opportunity. I view it as an opportunity. And you kind of have to ask yourself, is this a good opportunity or is this a bad opportunity? And, if you don't want to get into this type of thinking, that's fine. But if you're really goal focused like me, then you start to realize like how scarce time is. And you want to make sure that the thing that you're doing is moving you closer to your goal. So you really have to ask yourself on every single opportunity that's presented whether or not it's going to move you closer to your goal. And this, like, overall awareness of time is going to be the thing that helps you most. So that's what I'm going to hope to talk to you about today is just gaining an overall awareness of your time more. And from there, I want to help you like get rid of some of your bad habits that are killing your time, talk about some time killers, and then also how to start to like schedule your day out to where you're maximizing your day, and you can like have this schedule, and if you follow it, you're more likely to accomplish your goal. But I'm not the expert. This is just based on what has helped me out. So, yeah, I started thinking about how I can view time as like a number and like sort of like have a better picture of time in my head. And the way I did this was I basically viewed time as a bank. So I started viewing it as this. We have a Time bank account, and at the beginning of every week, we're given 168 hours of time. And we have to choose how to spend that time. It's kind of like your personal bank account. You know, when you get paid on Friday or whatever it is for you. When you get paid, your bank account is increased by that number. And then you have to choose how you want to spend that money. And if you don't choose how to spend that money and you're not really aware of this, then it will kind of just happen for you. And then you'll look back and be like, where the hell did my money go? And so we want to get ahead of it. We want to get ahead of our time bank, just how we do our money bank. Hopefully that makes sense so far. So with the time bank, we have 168 hours that is given to us at the beginning of every single week. And now we have to allocate the hours into the essential things. We're sort of like investing our time. And just like your personal bank account, there's essential things that there's essential things that you need to spend your money on. You need to spend your money on your bills. You need to spend your money on your rent or your house. You need to spend your money on food. You need to spend your money on car, travel. There's these basic things that you just can't not spend your money on. And if you're pretty good at this, you'll have some money left over. And with that money left over, that's when you can make a decision on what investment or what thing can I spend this money on that will actually give me like a positive return? What will be the best use of this money? And if you're smart, that's how you'll start thinking about how to spend your money. And if you can apply this same type of logic to your time, and you can start to view time as a limited resource, you can start to budget your time just like you budget your money, then you start asking the same questions. What are the essential things that I need to spend my time on? Well, the essential things are sleep, the essential things are work, the essential things are, sleep, work, exercise, eating, and some sort of socializing. We do need that. It is important. And you can sort of like you can sort of allocate this 168-hour time budget into the essential things. So if you're smart, you would give yourself 8 hours of sleep. If you're smart, you would give yourself an hour of exercise a day. If you're smart, you would give yourself a little bit of socialization every day, or at least a little bit time throughout the week. You want to give yourself a little bit time on the socialization, socializing. And then if you're smart, you would give yourself time to eat. So now that you've pretty much allocated your time to those things, now you have free time left over. Just how with the money, you have a little bit of money left over. Now it's the same thing with the time. You have a little bit of time left over. So when you knock out all the essential stuff, you realize that you do have a little bit more time than you thought. When you view it this way, you realize that, oh, well, maybe I have a little bit more time than I thought. So, what do you want to spend this time on? Do you want to spend it on Netflix? Do you want to spend it on TV? Do you want to spend it on video games? Because every every time you do those things, it it decreases that budget there. And so now your free time went from here to here. So now your free time is really limited. And the more of the time wasters that you do, the less likely you are to accomplish your goal. So the key is to you have this free time after all the essential stuff is already allocated, like the hours are already allocated to all the essential stuff. You now have this free time and you have the choice of how you want to spend it. And so if you're smart, you would spend this free time on working on your number one goal. And if you're even smarter, you would only have one big goal. You wouldn't have six different little small goals. You would just have one simple goal. If you actually want to accomplish goals, you would just have one simple one. So every hour of free time should be dedicated towards the inputs that would get you to that goal. So now your schedule is pretty much maximized and it's like it's like if you budget. I don't know if you budget or not. If you have like a spreadsheet and you go through all of your expenses, well, it's just the same thing with time. If you have your time budgeted out and you have your schedule made out, then any other thing that conflicts with that, you now have to you now have to ask the question, is this conflicting thing worth worth doing or not? Because it doesn't align with my schedule. And hopefully this is making sense. What it will end up looking like is if you budget your time out correctly, what it will end up looking like is you'll have a daily schedule, and in the daily schedule, every single hour of the day is accounted for. And this is a helpful system if you want to accomplish your goal. You don't have to be that crazy about it, but I think overall the message is if you can start to become more aware of your time and start to become more aware of the things that are time wasters and realize that you only have 168 hours in a week and that you're going to have to dedicate that time to the minimum thing, or not minimum, the priority things, then you only have a certain amount of time left over after these things. So if you can start to view it as a number, it might help you out. So hopefully I hopefully I didn't like take you all over the place with this. And the overall message, just to make this more simple, is that you have to start viewing time. You have to start viewing time as an investment, or you have to start viewing everything you do as an expense of time. And it's a pretty cool way to look at it. So just realize you only have the 168 hours and figure out how you're gonna budget that the best. So at the end of that, if you actually implement this, you'll be able to realize the things that are killing your time more, and you'll be able to dedicate your free time to the inputs that would help you accomplish your goal. So hopefully this helps out. And again, check out the link in the description if you'd be interested in the free community. But yeah, I appreciate you watching and hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks.